I would just say that all of us need to understand that the challenges we face with regard to debt and the unsustainable fiscal course we're on is that debt creates risk throughout the system and puts us in a more dangerous area if some unexpected shock occurs. Would you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely, Senator.
Things that you can't predict.
Yes.
You just can't predict them, but periodically history shows do happen.
Yes, that's one of the costs of higher debt that we highlighted in our issue brief, as you know, on the risk of a fiscal crisis.
And so I think we need to get that margin down, a larger margin between what the maximum debt this nation can possibly carry and get well below that so we're in a position to avoid shock. You can't borrow your way out of debt. We're living beyond our means. Bill Gross at the PIMCO was quoted recently that we're in a 5 to 15 year period of below normal growth because of deleveraging. And he projected, I guess he's sold more bonds than anybody in the history of the world, and he says that families have to take more money than they used to control their debt, pay down their debt. The government's absorbed huge amounts of debt, which has got to be reduced, leaving less money to be spent in the economy for consumption. Would you agree that the deleveraging process is going to take many years, and do you have an opinion? And will that deleveraging process pretty inevitably mean whatever the growth rate would be, it would be somewhat lower?
So yes, Senator, we think that the deleveraging process is holding down consumer spending now, and that is part of why the recovery is proceeding slowly. How long it will go on for is very difficult for us to know.
I'm worried about it. The Europeans seem to have decided and entered a compact recently that they were going to bring down their spending and their debt, and I'm afraid that's correct, because the solution to this unacceptable high debt that we've been given from the president is borrow more and spend more so the economy won't get weaker. So just for common sense, I think that's a dangerous policy.